welcome back to Shenanigans, everybody. One of our players has had to step out momentarily, but that's okay. Kyla gets distracted by squirrels. Yeah.
It was only ever just the two of us.
Well, Kyla's the name I was giving to your fictional extra heads that you were carrying around, you know. It's the... I got nothing. Kyla may be back, maybe not. We'll find out later.
Change it to Quato.
Kyla Quato.
Why do I have to do all this mental work for you, Neal?
Okay, so let's roll into game. You're here. There is another elf in a tree, or a half elf in a tree, and a half elf above Doreen. Then the rope is down, and the half elf up in the tree doesn't really seem to be interested in coming down.
I have a feeling if we press this, the person is going to drop a cow on us. And then they will taunt us.
Okay, elf, half elf guy.
Yeah. What?
Are there normally more than just them up there?
This is our tree fort. Just the two of us.
Just the two of you? Okay.
Just the two of us. We can do it if we try. Just the two. Sorry. Yeah, just the two of us.
Okay. All right. Nice singing. All right. Listen. We just want the sword you stole.
Fuck off!
Do you want to get fireball?
My sword is...
If you fireball me, you're gonna set the whole forest on fire.
That's fine. You don't know who you stole that sword from.
You don't know whose forest this is.
Neal? Isn't my sword a sword of sharpness?
Is your sword a sword of sharpness?
Yeah, Rob
Did we give you a sword of sharpness?
Yeah, something like that.
That seems...
Remember the fire elementals, Neal.
Sword page number.
There was a page number going with it?
1380.
1380. Oh, God. We're pulling sword of sharpness from these other books. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get us some background music while I start flipping through books. Oh, I can do that. Hold on. I can give us some good waiting music.
Okay.
Actually, it's in a book, a reading rainbow.
Where is it? There is music exactly for the situation, courtesy of Roll20, not Roll20, Tabletop Audio. All the good music places. Where is it hiding? It's called Waiting Time. Ah, here it is. Let me go find the entry for your book, for your magic item.
Which might have taken less time than looking for the waiting music.
Yes, it probably will. You said page 13 something?
1380 is what I have written down.
1380. It's in the blue one. 1380. No, you have a sort of wounding, right?
Oh, wounding, sorry.
Yeah. With the property of wounding, which means...
I knew it was something that was kind of cool, but given the amount of damage that Vigloff does, kind of irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Any hit made with it cannot be healed by regeneration. In subsequent rounds, the wounded opponent loses 1 additional point for each wound inflicted by the sword. Thus, an opponent hit for 4 points of damage on the first melee round will automatically lose 1 additional point of damage on the subsequent and each successive rounds of combat. Loss of extra points stops only when the wounded creature bandages itself or after 10 rounds, aka 1 turn, because 2nd edition has good nomenclature. Damage from the Sword of Wounding can only be healed by normal means, rest in time, never by potion, spell, or other magical means short of a wish. Note that successive wounds will damage in the same manner as the first.
All right, darn. I was hoping it was
So it's
darkness, and then I can start like maybe cutting the tree down.
Yeah, instead it just causes ongoing damage.
Yeah, it's basically a guaranteed 10 extra damage just over time.
Yep. It gives them a 10 damage dot.
Yeah, which anything that I'm fighting, I'm going to smash long before wound will have had any sort of impact.
Only if you stick around to keep fighting it, because you could hit it and then run away and then come back 10 minutes later. But you need are like arrows of wounding that do the same thing, where you just like hit them from afar and then they just like slowly bleed to death while you wait.
Yeah.
Broken. Okay.
All right. So, can I see the guy?
No, you just hear the voice.
What's stopping me from seeing the guy?
The walls of the tree fort themselves.
Okay.
The other also 100.
Uh-oh. You're gonna have to carry us, Nick.
Oh no. All right. Well.
Is it better again?
It comes and goes.
All right.
All right, Vigloff, hold this.
Around here also.
Like a John.
I just let Vigloff hold the tied up dude.
Okay.
And start rememorizing a spell.
Okay. You memorize. Meanwhile, the elf shouts down at you guys. Get out of here! We don't want you here. It's our tree fort. And the other elf says, buddy, you should give them the sword. They're really dangerous. You should have seen what they did to those bugbears. And the above elf, half elf, calls back down. No, it's mine. Fuck off. And the half elf down below looks at Vigloff and says, That's it. Now we wait. Unless someone has something we want to do.
Just 15 minutes.
Can you guys hear me now, or is it still messed up?
I can hear you.
Clearly, if we decide we do not want to burn down the forest, there is only one way to do this. One clear and obvious way. This tree, right next to that tree, we construct a tree fort in this one, and then we have a battle between the two tree forts.
That's a great idea. I love it. Doreen is still reading or studying, so...
Just praying.
Praying. She is praying for a fireball spell?
No, for a detect magic, just to make sure this fucking has it.
Okay.
No, this tree might get fucking blown to smithereens with the Lance of Disruption.
Oh no.
Just like along the length of it. It would be one thing on a cross section, but along the length of it.
Mm-hmm. There's only one way to find out for surezies, although you can use your best arguments to try and persuade one way or the other.
Yep. Anyway, so we wait.
Mm-hmm.
I cast Detect Magic. Can I see it up there?
Yep.
Giant aura.
Yep, there's definitely a very powerful sword-shaped object up there.
All right, you know, you guys stole a sword from a legendary adventurer, right?
What? What are you talking about?
That's Desmond's sword.
No.
Yes.
Silence comes over the forest.
Tell him that you are here in your 3 foot. Let him deal with you.
So listen. There's 2 options here.
Yeah.
You convince your buddy to give back that sword, and we leave you here and just let you go. And just, you better pray you never try to steal from Desmond again. The other option is we go up there, kill your buddy, take the sword, and bring you back to Desmond for him to deal with you personally.
Legs, you gotta give us the sword! Oh, please! Please give us the sword!
Even we... By what, Desmond?
Still silence. From up in the tree. Legs! Legs! Give it to us!
Is it only this tree?
The fort? What do you mean? Yeah, it's just in this tree. 100 feet.
100 feet.
100 feet. Yep.
The tree fort is at the very top of the tree.
No. Oh, how high is the tree? I'm sorry, I missed what you had said.
Fort.
The fort is 100 feet off the ground. The tree continues up for some ways.
Now, Neal, I've used etherealness before.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly is it like?
So, etherealness shifts you into the ethereal plane, and in this setting, the ethereal plane is sort of a mimic of the prime material plane, except, how do I want to describe it? If you were to look at the world, and all inorganic things, anything that's not living or once living, turned to like a solid black object that had maybe like an inch or so of like fuzzy hue to it where you can't quite see the hard border. That's what you would see. It's a monochromatic world where no organic matter is represented. So you wouldn't see trees, you wouldn't see Vigloff. You would see Vigloff's sword as sort of like this fuzzy, murky area of blackness, kind of like in the air, and it might be moving around, but you wouldn't see Vigloff attached to it. And since the sword isn't that thick, it's sort of just like a fuzzy black thing. But if you were to see like a wall, you could like lean into the wall and kind of like sink into it for an inch or so before you actually come to a stop. So it is the world minus living matter projected in a monochromatic way where everything's a bit fuzzy, except for items that are silver or lead. Those are hard-edged without any fuzziness to them. And mithril as well is also hard-edged, as well as any magical things that move into the ethereal plane.
Okay.
Could he grab, since magic items seem to have especially made out of metal, seem to have more of an interaction with the ethereal plane, could he just fly up, grab the sword, and fly down with it?
How would he fly?
I thought etherealness allowed you to just like move around.
Does it?
I don't know. Just thought like a ghost can fly.
Perhaps. I've made many a house rule modification to things, so let's just see what the spell etherealness says, and we'll try and work from that.
Okay.
Etherealness, cleric spell, right? The 3rd level cleric spell from Spells and Magic.
Yeah, it basically says, which we need to go to the wizard spell, because it says this spell resembles the 5th level wizard spell, etherealness, in many aspects, but there are a few differences.
Sure. So let's look at the 6th level etherealness wizard spell.
5th.
Ooh, somehow I have it categorized as 6th level. Ooh, that must have been a typo during its creation.
Well, that's at least what the cleric ethereal spell says. It might be 6 and you just typed it in the etherealness on the cleric side, but
could be. By means of the spell, the wizard and up to 6 other creatures joined by linked hands become ethereal along with their equipment. While ethereal, the group need not stay together. The group's presence can be detected only by detect phase, true seeing, and similar spells and effects. No physical and magical attack can affect him unless the assailant is ethereal as well, although some monsters such as basilisks have gaze weapons whose powers extend into the ethereal plane. That doesn't apply here since the basilisk couldn't see the ethereal plane since it's a living creature. That's different. The spell recipients are actually in the border ethereal and can still perceive their physical surroundings, but the world appears gray, misty, and indistinct to them. Okay, so you're not quite fully ethereally shifted. So maybe you can still see living stuff.
You're just in the border, not the actual ethereal.
Okay, so you could see living matter then, and you could be affected by things like gazes and magical weapons.
Right.
Note that ethereal creatures can perceive the physical world here. A character could scout his or her surroundings, make a good escape from the safety of the portal. The wizard companions may remain in the border ethereal for up to normal existence, although the wizard can choose to end the spell before its full duration. The wizard has the option of deep ethereal. Can use etherealness to attempt to banish an unwilling subject. Okay, yeah, so I don't think you can fly. That might be the original way the ethereal plane works, where you can kind of just fly around, but I've been making some house rules to interplanary?
Yeah.
The interplane dimensional thingies.
Yep.
Yes, that is how we speak.
We grabbed onto the rope and then went ethereal, so that even though we couldn't see the rope,
right? So
we climb the rope.
You could climb the rope because you're only in the border ethereal, so you could sort of see and interact with things a little bit more easily. And I guess you guys would sort of become ghost-like in your appearance. They could still see you, and you would just look like ghosts, like woo after them.
You can't see into the border ethereal. You can just see out of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Not that as a ethereal creature can perceive the physical world here. A creature could scout. Does it say? Oh, right, because you can only be detected by these other things. Cool. So then, yeah, you would be effectively invisible and plane shifted.
So I could climb this rope, and they wouldn't know the rope is even being climbed.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Last chance.
Could you just shoot a lance of disruption through the bottom of this tree fort?
Yeah, probably. All right, listen. You got 5 minutes. Convince your friend. Tell him the situation.
Look, Legs. Fucking Desmond's gonna come here and he's gonna treat us like that black dragon. He's gonna fucking kill us. It's gonna be terrible. You gotta give back the sword. And up there, the guy says, Zor! Fucking Zor! You can't trust these people. They could be saying anything. There's no evidence to suggest to back up what they're saying. Don't listen to their lies. And Zor says back up, Legs, please, they're gonna kill us. The 5 minutes pass. Nothing has changed.
Progress made?
You what?
No progress was made between them?
No progress has been made.
All right. Just to free myself a little bit, I am going to tie Zor between two trees, and what I mean by that is like a hammock.
You hammock him between two trees. Okay, done.
Just kind of hanging, the arms up one way, legs out the other way.
Mm-hmm.
I figured that would make it fairly hard to escape.
Yep.
Okay, so why don't you stay down here, Vigloff? Okay.
And
now we wait. I wonder what's causing this.
Can you guys hear me yet?
Yes.
Yeah, just my.
Nope.
Like.
Yes. No. Yes and no at the same time.
Oh, jeez.
The antenna for the internet.
Ah, internet antenna. I see. Yes.
The Wi-Fi here.
Yes.
So, sure, Zora doesn't get all my belongings. Like, angle the alarm in case. Still.
Still. This has never happened on Shenanigans before, guys. You're here witnessing a first. I want to blame the fires in California for these problems. Whether or not they are actually responsible, I would still like to blame them.
No, it's just sharks eating internet.
Well, he doesn't live in Vietnam.
It's land sharks, Neal.
Land sharks? Holy shit. We're all in trouble now.
Yeah. All right. Actually, what's that movie name? Tremor?
Tremors? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the like weird desert.
Uh-huh. The giant worms.
Yeah.
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 Fantastic movie. If you guys have not seen Tremors, I highly recommend watching the first film. The sequels are acceptable if you like really dumb, cheesy movies. But the first one is solid 10 out of 10.
All right. So, God damn it. I'd like to Lance of Disruption, but at the same time, that might dislodge the rope, and then I wouldn't get up there in the ethereal plane. I'm going to ask the guy, is there like a balcony?
No. I mean, the whole thing is a balcony, but it's got walls around it, you know?
Right, but is there any area outside the house structure that has flat land?
No.
Okay, so it's just a rope right up to the door.
Yeah, the rope goes up through a hatch in the bottom.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I don't really see us getting around this.
How are you going to do it?
Wait a minute. So, is the tree like built around the tree? Or is it just like...
Yeah, it goes in a circle around the trunk, resting on branches.
Oh, I see. All right.
Tough spot.
Do I know if light and dark effects seep out of the ethereal plane or not?
Ooh, no. If you cast light or darkness, they will just affect you in the ethereal plane.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. So I just say, Vigloff, stay here. I'll get the sword.
All right.
So I'm going to etherealness.
You're disappeared. You can hear Zor say, "Oh my god, the cleric's gone! She just vanished!"
Gonna climb up the rope.
And
You begin to scale the rope. You're super strong. It's not a problem.
All right, once I'm up there, Neal.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's got a really powerful sword. I don't like taking chances.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 117, natural 17 or above will decapitate you.
So, once I'm up there, I can see him, right?
So you climb the rope, and I think you can actually just, like, push yourself through the hatch and just, like, put your hands on, and, like, you can be up in the circular platform. And you see the elf tucked with their eye to a little knot that's been knocked out of one of the bottom boards, looking down at where you and Vigloff are.
Well, where I was.
Yeah.
And do I see the sword?
Yes, the sword is just kind of tossed in a pile of scrap to the side.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I guess I'll just
Down on the sword and then make yourself visible.
Oh, you can't interact with the sword yet.
No,
you
I
gotta
can't
leave the
interact.
plane to do that.
So what I'm going to do is be next to the pile of junk, ready to grab the sword, end etherealness, and grab it.
All right, that's the plan.
Yep.
Okay.
I
So your
imagine
next-
it's pretty obvious which the sword is because of how ornate it's probably.
It's got the mother of pearl inlaid handle, so it makes it very apparent. You're getting ready. The elf is kind of like looks up, looks around, doesn't see anything, pokes its head back down, and you flip to a non-ethereal, grab the sword, and what was the plan? Chuck it over the side?
No, now I have it. Now he dies.
All right. Well, at the moment you blink into existence, we're going to roll for initiative. I mean, the moment you blink in and grab the sword, we'll move to initiative because the elf ain't given up so easily. So give me a D10 for initiative, Doreen, plus weapon speed and all that jazz. The elf goes at 8.
I'm sorry, Neal.
You have the sword. What do you do with it?
So there he is in front of me, right?
There he is.
Please hold. Where is the thing? Where is the thing? Okay.
Also, another movie everyone should see, Dread. Fantastic film.
You mean the original one?
No, I do not mean the Sylvester Stallone Judge Dredd film. I mean Dredd, what was it, 2012? 2012. That Dredd. With, what is his name, Keith Urban as Carl Urban as Judge Dredd, and Olivia Thirlby as the I don't know who she is, as Judge Anderson, where they fight Mama.
I don't know. I just kind of felt like that was like, let's remake an 80s movie, except let's like not have to spend any money by just filming in like a shabby apartment complex.
Oh, but it was so good. Like they may not have had big budget scenery, but the low budget scenery really worked for them because they were in this like really like a ghetto style super building. It's a perfect film. It's a perfect film. I love it. Dread 2012.
So
It's the best. I don't know how you
Anyway.
couldn't love it, Rob. That hurts me that you don't love it.
So Neal, that was a lance of disruption just going at his face.
You lance of disruption, the poor half elf, who makes a saving throw. Natural 1. I think the elf goes to dodge the lance of disruption by leaping out the balcony, and then gets hit as the lance goes right through the side of the wall, hitting the elf, knocking them into a tree, and then dropping them 100 feet. So please add me 10d6 to this damage as well, as they fall 100 feet down to the ground below. For a
Turning his
total
head.
of 67
Like it.
damage.
Little flames around it.
Down below, you hear Zor go, "Legs! No!" And now
Okay.
you're up in the tree fort by yourself. Down below is Viglaf, who is holding on to Zor, the last remaining of the half-elves.
You sound. I don't think that's the only two half elves in existence, but yeah.
I mean, of this group.
The last remaining of all the half elves.
Carlos better start getting to work. We need some more half-elves.
Okay, so
Nobody is gone. You will never be a full elf again.
Oh, God.
then
Zor!
I just go
legs.
down the rope with the sword, Neal.
All right. You get back down below. Legs is fucking dead. Like
Actually, maybe I should
too
loot.
graphic for TV.
Hold
dead.
on. I think I get like 5 feet down the rope and then wait a minute, looting. Hold on. So I'm gonna look around for any obvious money.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like looting the tree fort first to see like whatever other items they stole last night.
Yeah. Do I find anything new?
Totally. You find a bunch of stuff, including some other minor magical trinkets that we didn't bother discussing when your detect magic was going off. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, jeez.
And give me an intelligence check, a charisma check, please.
No.
Yes. Charisma. Your greatest weakness. Cleric of fear. Oh, damn it. You recognize some of these as items that you've seen Desmond wearing in the past.
Really?
Yeah. There's like a little pin for a cloak that you've definitely seen Desmond wear before.
We've gone down into his vault before, so.
Mm-hmm. He's got a lot of magic stuff, and clearly some of the stuff here has been taken from Desmond.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna, get everything of value.
Mm-hmm.
Of magical value. I might even say, Bigloff, I'm gonna make sure I get everything that's up here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I will bring back legs, and I will put legs into a sack.
Jeez. Oh God. Ugh. It's just a puddle. All right, so I'm just gonna sit there and rememorize a spell into detect magic just to make sure I get everything.
Sure. Zor is crying, heartbroken. His best friend in the world is lying dead at his feet. He doesn't know what to do. He's inconsolable and just a tearful mess.
Use a beat out. He fits into a very.
That guy seems like he may not have been worth a Lance of Disruption.
No, he had D8 hit points. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just going to gather up everything that I can.
Okay.
All right. So is there any money?
Yep. There's definitely hard, cold cash here for you as well.
All right. We'll get that.
Okay.
And just deal with it later.
Okay.
All right. And then just go down the rope.
You're back down at the rope with Viglaf and Zor.
Well, sorry, bud. You guys stole from the very wrong person. I'm pretty sure just about anyone would have been a better person to steal from.
Yeah.
The king. Anyway. Let's get you back to Shenanigans.
Zor will be dragged back to Shenanigans. You really have to carry him because he's not moving. He's not moving under his own cord whatsoever.
Okay.
Okay. Let me make some.
I have legs stuffed in the other sack.
Okay. All right. You are on your way back to. Who's carrying the Vorpal sword?
Doreen can. I'll carry the half elf and the quarter elf.
The quarter elf. All right. On your way back to Shenanigans, I would like you all to make me a single perception check each.
Oh, dear Lord.
Actually, I think I probably would have healed us up before leaving there.
Okay. Go ahead and make any healing checks you want.
All right, so... jeez. Vigloff, take 20.
Plus the 3 from before?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Healing has been doled out.
Okay. You guys head back. Are those your perception checks of 22 into 25?
Mm-hmm.
That I rolled.
Very good.
No.
All right.
That's not, hold on.
The 25 is a perception check, though. 22 and 25. Perfect. Viglaf, with your elevated position, superior hearing, and second head on your belly so you can see high and low, you spot a jungle giant. It's sitting cross-legged above, high enough up on a ridge that Doreen can't see it because she's too damn short. And it's got a long stick in one hand and a big-ass knife. You might call it a sword in the other hand, or Doreen might call it a sword in the other hand, sharpening the big stick into some sort of stabby implement. Maybe a ballista bolt, maybe a palisade wall segment, maybe just a crossbow bolt for her massive crossbow that might be hanging around nearby.
So how...
What? Did you speak?
How tall is she?
She is sitting down, but if she were to stand up tall, she'd probably be 16 or 17 feet.
Okay, I wasn't sure how big a jungle giant was.
Yeah, they're large, quite large.
But she hasn't...
She is currently carving and has not made eye contact with you or been alerted to your attention. 150 feet from you.
Put up a hand to stop Doreen, and then it'll crouch down like behind a tree.
Mm-hmm. You're crouching down behind the tree.
I think we should... It is very confusing. Must be in its name.
I don't know what he's saying.
Hmm.
Darn it. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
So, do you point it out to me?
Yes.
Okay. We're going very far around.
You go well around the jungle giant, taking your time to make sure she doesn't notice you. I'll give her a check. Nope, she's very focused on her task at hand, and you manage to circumvent the jungle giant without attracting her attention. We're going to go to our third and final break of the... This is the third break, right? Third and final break of the day, and when we come back, we will round out our quest. Yeah, that's that. We'll be back. See you guys on the other side. Bye-bye.